Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is jdthegamer here, and I'm here with my man Warlock. We are here for the 2017 RTA Fall Classic Tournament. We have an amazing show for you guys. Warlock, go ahead and continue. I apologize, that is on my end. Apologies, everyone.
No worries, man. I was just saying that about a month ago, I was a contestant in JD's first tournament. That's how I met him, you know. And I hit him up afterwards, and I told him that I was aspiring to stream soon myself, and I had the idea of doing a tournament, but I figured, you know, two heads are better than one. When you team up on something like this, you can make it bigger, you can have more people, better prizes, all kinds of that. So he was down with the idea, and we've been working really hard day and night, you know, to get this going, and we are so stoked that you guys are all here and that we can finally make it happen.
Absolutely. So this took a lot of effort on me and Warlock's part. We were trying to get everything together. So first things first, when you go to do a tournament, you know, you got to figure out the certain things on our end, how many people we want in the tournament, what kind of prizes there's going to be. You know, you got to draw the people in, right? So we worked day and night trying to figure this out, trying to get it done, but we are finally here. We have 24 amazing contestants ready to battle it out to try to get that #1 spot. There will be prizes for first, second, and third place. But yeah, let's go ahead and jump right into the rules, just to remind everyone what we're doing and how this tournament is going to take place, because it's not your typical RTA, just straight battle tournament. So, here it is. Warlock, if you want to go ahead and start with round 1, I'll do round 2, and we'll just go back and forth like that.
You got it, man. So in the first round, which is going to be the round taking place today and tomorrow, we are going to have a restriction on the Nat 5 limit. This extends to all Nat 5s, Fusion, Ifrits, everything, and it's just going to be a flat two Nat 5 limit. So you will not be able to use more than 2 Nat 5s. There's no restriction on any other monsters, you know, so Nat 2s through 4s, you can do whatever you want with them. You can use only 1 Nat 5, you know, if you want, but no more than 2.
Absolutely. So if you are so lucky to make it out of the first round and into the second round is going to limit you to only 3 at the most attributes. So for example, we have an example. If you pick fire, wind, and dark as your first 3, those are locked in as your attributes. So you cannot bring fire, wind, water, and dark. That is breaking the rules, and you will be disqualified for that. So round 2 is no more than 3 attributes.
In the third round, the idea with this one was to put a little bit more of a restriction and make people build comps, kind of think outside the box, and hopefully come up with some pairings or groupings of monsters they haven't thought of before. So to get that across, we decided to do a no passives. And there's been a lot of questions regarding certain types of skills, so I was going to go ahead and explain that. The only skills that are being excluded in this are the skills that are labeled as a passive. So in parentheses, after the skill name, for example, Theomars is the Elemental King. After it says passive in parentheses. Therefore, you won't be able to use him. However, monsters like the Kung Fu Girls, let's take Shaolin for example, when her third skill, which is an active skill, is on cooldown, she's only able, she gets like a bonus counterattack, 25% chance and stuff. Or the Barbaric Kings, they get their, you know, their heal and their boost attack speed. It's a passive effect, but if the skill isn't labeled as a passive, then it's okay.
Absolutely. And then if you make the 4th round, this is where it gets a little tricky as far as leader skills. So, and there's been a little confusion on this, so let me just clear it up. So for the 4th round, contestants cannot use an active leader skill in the battle. So there are some units that, like, for example, the Wind Panda, Fing Yang, right? His leader skill is 44% defense in Guild Wars. So when you're in RTA, that does not apply as a leader skill. So you can technically bring him and pick him. That's not an active leader skill. But for someone, let's say like Veramos, he has a 33% HP lead that is anywhere in the game. So you can still bring Veramos. You just cannot select him as your leader when it comes to pick a leader time, pick a leader segment of the leader part. So you want to make sure that you bring at least 2 units, at least 2 that do not have active leader skills, because it would be smart for your opponent if you only bring 1 unit that does not have an active leader skill, and that your opponent bans that unit. Technically, you now have 4 units that all have active leader skills, which could qualify you as a DQ. So you want to make sure you at least, at the very minimum, have at least 2 units that do not have active leader skills for that 4th round. And then the finals, of course, once you go through all the hula hoops of getting here, all the different restrictions throughout the tournament, if you are lucky enough to make that finals, then the finals is unrestricted. There are no holding back, no nothing. You pick whatever you feel is your best opportunity to win that tournament. So let's just go through real quick. As far as DQs, if you break the rules in the round that you are currently in, the first time it happens, so let's say, you know, we go through the whole pick process, you pick, you disobey the rules, so that match will be disqualified. We'll go ahead and stop the match at that point. We'll restart it. Up until the point where you broke the rules, we will keep the teams the same. So you have to pick the exact same until you broke the rules, and then you pick differently. If you do it again in that same round, then you get disqualified and you will be booted out of the tournament. Now, if you happen to disqualify on one match, you end up being okay the rest of that match, and you win that bracket and go on to the next round. That 1 DQ from the previous round will not carry over. So if you mess up again in the next round, you still get that 1 chance to restart the match over and pick again. So just want to clarify, you get 1 mulligan, you get 1 mess up to try to rewrite yourself, and then if you do it again, you're out of here. Okay? Just plain and simple. Is there anything else you want to add to the rules of the tournament or anything like that, sir?
I think you pretty much nailed it, man. I think that the biggest thing we had was just the disqualifications, and that it didn't carry over, you know, because we didn't want people to have some confusion and have it cost them being able to play. But other than that, no, I think you got it.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on. But we're close to this first match, but let's go ahead and move on to the bracket. So here is the layout of the bracket of what's going on, right? So if you take a look at this whole bracket right here, you'll notice in the top right hand corner, there is 1 slot. The slot 19, seed 19, is missing at the moment. Unfortunately, due to some personal things going on, that individual, I won't even say the name. If you're in the tournament, you might know who it is, but I'm not going to say the name. But unfortunately, that person, due to some personal situations, had to drop out the tournament. That match is not taking place today anyway. It's taking place tomorrow, hopefully. So me and Warlock actually do have some individuals that are ready and willing to hop into that slot. So that slot will be filled by the end of today, at the very latest tomorrow morning, but it will be filled. So don't worry about it, Brendalicious. You are not getting a free pass to the second round. You will have a fight. Don't worry. But yeah, what do you think overall when you see this bracket here, sir?
Overall, when I see this bracket, it's exciting to me because I see a wide variety of players, you know, as relative to their skill level and where they're at, but also relative to, you know, these are people that some of their gameplay we've seen in your stream or my stream or in your tournament in the past, for example. But then a lot of these people too, this is the first time we've even, you know, seen their names. We haven't met them before. We haven't become acquainted with them, and we don't know what kind of monsters they have. We don't know where they're at in the game, you know. This little contest room we have is the first time we're even seeing their arena ranking. So it's a lot of dark horses here. We really don't know what everybody's bringing to the table. So as much as we can kind of suspect, you know, this person's good, they might go here or whatever, you just don't know, because a lot of these people, we have no idea. And I think that just makes it exciting, because I think that can be said for a lot of the people in the community here.
Exactly. And I completely agree. Like we said when we unveiled the seating here, there's a lot of people that we don't know. There's some people that came from my previous tournament. There's some people that came from the Visioneers Guild. Some that are on streams a lot, and we kind of have looked through their accounts through the weeks and months. So we kind of know what they're bringing to the table, but there are some that are just complete dark horses. They came to us from either YouTube or Instagram or whatever the case may be. So we do not know what they're going to bring to the table. And especially with this first round being only 2 Nat 5s, you're destined to see some. I'm excited to see like the 2 and 3 stars, to be honest.
Oh, yeah.
Excited for that. So we're almost ready to go ahead and get this tournament started. The first contestants have been notified to go ahead and get the battle started, so we're just awaiting them to get this started. And the first matchup is going to be between MajinRay and kinxxy. MajinRay, again, these seedings were randomly selected, so don't think because MajinRay is number 1 that he's the best, and don't think that because kinxxy is 24 that he's the worst. The seedings have nothing to do with it. Like we said, we don't know some of these people. So there would be really no way for us to be able to perfectly seed them. What kind of units are you expecting to see in this? Like, what kind of out of nowhere units do you think we're gonna see?
Well, relative to the restriction, I think that we're definitely gonna see some 3-star and under units. And I say that because Nat 4s, you could always just jump to Nat 4s being the next star grading down. But I think that certain Nat 4s aren't able to do certain things as well as some of the Nat 2s and 3s are. So I think that we're going to see people kind of blend in some really weird units together here.
Exactly. Honestly, I think we're going to see in this first round. I suspect that Konami is going to be one that's used quite a bit. That's just my opinion, and we are here. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. We are at the first battle between kinxxy and MajinRay. Do you want to go through the picking process here, sir?
Yes, absolutely. I'm pulling it up right now. So it looks like we got Orion and Kin. Oh, we got a little bit late here. So we got Orion on the side of Kin, and then we got MajinRay going with Bernard Megan, and then he's taking a lure and... Okay, so he's looking to go for a fast cleave comp. And then the light dragon comes out at the end here from Kin. So I guess there's one of those crazy units we're going to see. It's interesting to me that Kin it looks like Kin is only taking 1 Nat 5 unit. He's got 3 Nat 4s and then the Nat 2 with Konami. You called that one for sure.
Yes, absolutely. I expected to see him a lot. Looks like MajinRay went ahead and got his 2 Nat 5s with Lagmaron and Charlotte. What I'm interested to see though, Lucian is kind of like a Nat 5, right? He's kind of special. So I'm interested to see how this works right now. So Here we go. We're into the battle.
All right.
As you can expect, Orion gets that first move, Harmless Prank, followed by Gemini with the full defense break. And here it comes. Could this wipe out? This does major damage.
Whew.
And just like that, match ended quick. What do you think about that match?
It's crazy, man. But I mean, I think looking at those teams back when they were still in the pick phase, that's 2 fast cleaves going up against each other. That's kind of just, that's to be expected at that point. It's going to be a quick match, no matter which way it's going to go. You got 2 teams that are built around an attack bar booster and then nukes. But I think that light dragon, man. Wow. That
light dragon came out of nowhere, sir. So Ken seems to be keeping it the same here with Orion Gemini, seeing it worked, right?
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, I wonder if he's gonna bring the dragon back. I mean, Majin seems to be thinking here.
Yeah, I would definitely be thinking too at this point, being beaten that quick and that fast, you would have to sit back and be like, I need to get this victory. What can I do?
Definitely gonna bring something new here.
I think it was a good choice to bring Samoth and Bernard together, so you're almost trying to guarantee that first move.
Because no matter what, they'll have either a booster or a speed lead now.
Exactly. So Ken takes a page out of your book from my Nat 4 tournament and brings Icarus. What do you think about that Icarus pick?
I think Icarus is a really good pick to bring against a rush cleave kind of team like this. Is that Isolin? I think that's the name of it. That is something I wasn't expecting to see. I can say that for sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, I believe that is the first out of left field move right there.
Yeah. Wow, that's interesting. And I don't know entirely how the mechanics work on his 3rd skill. I know it's some form of counter, but...
I will be completely honest with you. I have no idea about his moves.
Yeah, he's not one you see very much. Not
at all. That is an interesting pick, but I love it. I love the trying to throw the other opponent off, because I would imagine Ken probably isn't too keen on this person as well.
Yeah. This will be interesting here. That is a fast Wusa right there, taking the first turn. And then
Very
it looks like
fast.
Megan's going to cut in after with the... Okay.
So unfortunately, he gets stunned over there, which could bode bad here for MajinRay. kinxxy is definitely starting off with a bang right here, taking out that Charlotte.
Yeah. Yeah, that dark recovery though, that's what Icarus brings, is the ability to effectively take a nuke out of the picture if they don't have a shield on. It doesn't matter if they've got the defense buff up because it's direct damage proportionate to her HP.
Exactly. And Icarus pairs so well with Mo Long. Unfortunately, we don't see Mo Long here, but Icarus is still a devastating unit because you can put so much HP on her, and it doesn't matter because she's still going to wipe you.
And something a lot of people don't know about her third skill, if she does kill a unit with it, no matter how she's built, it directly leads into an extra turn.
Wow, that is amazing. And a lot of the time, I'm not going to say 9 times out of 10, but I would say a solid 75% of the time, she's going to kill with that move. Because typically you're going to attack one of their squishier attackers, nukers, to try to take them off the board right away.
Right.
So with this battle so far, MajinRay has been able to kind of hang in there, but with Charlotte gone and with that Wusa putting up the shield and immunity, not sure how long he can hang on to this.
Yeah, and Isilin is really getting the short end of the stick. He's been stunned, I think, a lot this match.
The entire game.
Yeah.
Okay, so we saw him take a move there when some Moth got hit. So I guess when his allies get hit, he has a chance to attack?
So something kind of like the Wind Monkey, maybe? Like a budget Wind Monkey sort of build? I don't know. Okay. He's got it. He's got the AoE. It's the continuous damage one. I think that's the same one that Adrian has, the fire elven ranger. So
I will say that that Island Grown is in chat. So I did want to say, I know we weren't going to pay attention to chat, but I would like to say aloha, brother. The first round is a maximum of 2 5-star units. So that is the first round restrictions. MajinRay is here trying to hang on with everything he can, but unfortunately with only 2 units left, I'm not sure, and it looks like 1 unit left. This looks like it's in the bag for kinxxy.
Yeah.
And Kin is probably moving on unless this Samath is crazy right now. This match might be over here. So Samath with the big move, not enough damage though. This Orion is going to end the match, of course. Full everything on that Samath, and MajinRay is out of here. Congratulations to kinxxy. He moves on. What do you think overall about how that match went down, sir?
I think that, I can say that second match was definitely a lot more, it was a lot more drawn out, and you can tell there was a lot more tension in the pick phase because Majin was really holding his tongue with his picks. He didn't even throw up like a pick and bring it back down. He just went right into it, and I'm not too sure. The way the matchup looked, you couldn't really tell where it was going to go, but it was again one of those situations where Orion wasn't banned, and that led to Kin being able to pretty much keep. It happened to fall on Isilin each time, but he was able to keep a monster on lockdown. He had the defense buff coming up frequently, so it seems to me like Kin just sort of had the units on him, whereas Majin came into it a little bit more. I think he got a little bit thrown off by that first match, and then that second match, I'm not sure he was quite sure what he wanted to do.
Absolutely. So great battles right there. We get the first victory out of there. kinxxy moves on to the second round. Fun times. So we are going to be back here shortly with the battle between Devil's Reaper 94 and Iron True 53. That is the next matchup. What do you think we're going to see in this matchup? These are 2 people that have been with us on our streams, not like all the time. They're good friends of ours now. So how do you think this match could shape up?
I think this is going to be interesting because I know both of these guys, as far as progression in the game, are close enough to where this is definitely one that could go either way. And I don't think it's going to be any sort of shutout. I think that like after the first match, it's still going to be in anybody's court. So I think that it'll be it'll be fun to see these guys. And these are guys, yeah, a lot of us here have already seen them go before too. So
yeah, they're no strangers to each other for sure. We've had battles with these two, and both of them have hit me up on the side before this tournament, asking, you know, different things, and I was like, look guys, I'm not getting in this. Me and Warlock weren't helping at all. You guys are on your own. So there it is. The two Nat 5s that Devil picks is Alicia and Daphnis. Daphnis gets a bad rap, but I personally love Daphnis. His kit is awesome. I think maybe if he just gets tweaked a little bit, I think he would be up there with his brothers. He's definitely not on their level, of course, don't get me wrong, but he does need a little tweak. And then Iron went with Veramos and Fing Yang. Of course, Devil did the smart thing and banned Fing Yang. So what do you think about those?
I think that, yeah, I do think Daphnis is definitely, like you said, he's better than people give him credit for. But I think that in this particular pick, and as we can see right here, having the Bernard, you know, it's your standard AO cleave team. You take Bernard, Megan into 2 nukes, and even without them being nukes that ignore defense, you know, it's definitely effective. If you can get that first turn off and get the attack buff from Megan, then you're pretty much good to go. And then you know, as we can see it right there.
Yeah, I think Devil, because of that that Bernard pick, getting that first move, it's just, you know, the first move is key in any RTA tournament, right? If you're able to get that first move, you have a clear advantage to try to get that. So Iron True did the smart thing and decided, you know what, I'm taking that Bernard, I'm trying to get that first move. What do you think about this so far?
Right here, it looks like, yeah, Iron definitely took the smart move by taking that Bernard away from Devil, because that boosts his chance of getting the first turn here a lot. And then if he can get, he comes in with Ramagos, which is interesting because now, and then the Wind Panda, another interesting pick. He takes Ramagos out. I was going to say, those are 2 interesting monsters to use together. I don't know about the Wind Panda here against the Lucian, because if that Lucian is able to go with the attack buff, and then a Veladjewel from Devil, okay.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a tough match here for Iron True. That Fing Yang is amazing, but he's going to get banned. And against 3 fire units and Lucian, who ignores defense, and typically you're going to build Fing Yang for defense because that's what he scales on. Not sure if maybe there might have been something else you try to roll with. But with having that Bernard, maybe he can get the first turn. Veramos can stun everyone. Who knows? It might. If RNG's on your side, he might bode well here, right?
Right. It does definitely depend. Now that Lucian's out of the picture, there is a lot less damage on the side of Devil, so that could come into play. See, because there is a healthy amount of sustain.
Unfortunately, their Veladjewel went ahead and resisted that stun, so no matter who's stunned, he's going to be able, as long as they're speed tuned with each other, he's going to be able to cleanse that off. So that wasn't, you know, that didn't work out as well, but Veramos did his job and he was able to stun people, so that worked out well for him.
Right. Yeah, we definitely see this match take a different approach to this match entirely. It's going to be a little bit more drawn out than the other one, you know.
I do think Iron True is doing the right thing here in attacking that Veladjewel. I think if you can get that Veladjewel out of here, I think that would bode well for you. And here we go. Could Clean Shot take out Veladjewel?
He's thinking about it. He
decides to go with Megan. Ooh. Interesting. So if you take out that attack bar or that attack buff, that might lend you a good chance. I like the move from Iron True right there. What do you think about it?
I think that was really smart because if Bella can get a heal in here, that puts him on. So no heal from Bella, but still without the attack buff, and now the defense break is gone. You got Veramos in there. If he can get a heal off, that might actually put him at the upper hand here.
There it is. There's that heal.
Yeah, and there it is.
And so Veladjewel might drop here, and he does. Great setup by Iron True. When the match was picked, I wasn't sure if the units would work well, but that worked very well for Iron. Don't get me wrong, this match is not over. It is in strong favor of Iron True, but this match is not over yet. with 2 fire units there, Spectra's a great unit to be able to keep everyone slowed. But as long as Iron can get Veramos, perfect right there. He's going to cleanse that off, and it wipes away that slow speed right there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, having the Veramos and Bernard really neutralizes Spectra's viability against this team, unfortunately, especially with a couple of his teammates down now. And then the double stun from Veramos.
Double stun. So I think Iron True takes this match. What an amazing turn of events right there. It looked as though Iron was out of the question.
Absolutely.
It looked as though Devil had everything under control, and then out of nowhere, Iron says, no, I am staying for match 3.
Ooh. Yeah, that's intense. You know, both these guys gotta get ready now, because
absolutely. I'm sure both of them are cheesing from ear to ear right now.
Oh yeah.
This is absolutely amazing right now. I cannot believe this. So we are going to a match 3.
Mm-hmm.
So excited to see what happens here. And here it is. Without any further ado, let's hop right into this. So Iron stays true with the Bernard, but Devil says no more Veramos for you, buddy.
Yeah, so we see them taking each other. Now they're at the point where they're taking each other's monsters from each other.
Now, what do you think about taking other people's monsters that you just fought? Because you might be so focused on taking their unit that you mess up your speed turn, your speed order, and it might mess up you more than it messes up the opponent. What do you think about that?
Definitely. No, I completely agree. I think it's a risky tactic just because everyone has their monsters ruined differently, and if their monsters are ruined different than you, then that might be why they worked for them, and that strategic approach that you take might be different, and it might not work out as well. It's really circumstantial and depends on the match, though.
Exactly. And can I just point out that Iron True won that last match and is hanging in there with 5-star max units, not even 6-star, and he was able to take that victory away from Devil. So here it is. This is match 3, Iron True versus Devil's Reaper. Who is gonna move on to that second round?
This is good. This is good.
This is very good. This is exactly what we do this for. For the fun, for the entertainment. This is awesome. So Rakuni gets the first move over Megan. That is a fast Rakuni right there. Clutch stun. So this segment is on Despair. Interesting. You stun the damage dealer in Daphnis right there. I love that. Great RNG right there. Do you think Iron can pull this off with 5-star units?
I think, there's Devil has a lot of sustain. Devil has the Verobella now. So what Iron's going to have to get through that, and then there's the threat of Daphnis too. The only sustain on the side of Iron is Rakuni. So unless we can see some of the crazy tactics with that the Ramagos that happened last time, and then very, very opportune use of the Accelerate skill from Rakuni, I think this one is going to be a little bit tougher for him than the last one.
Yeah, I completely agree that Ramagos does have the defense break, so this potentially could be the end of Ramagos, and that is a big blow to Iron True right there. This match is heavily favored right now towards Devil Reaper, but you never know with that Rakuni, because of the cleanse, he can still sustain a little bit. But now there's no big damage threat. Yeah, the Water Barbaric King, but at 5-star max, how much damage can that unit really do? And now Rakuni drops. It's almost completely favored right now to Devil's Reaper. Looks as though he might be able to take this match, but I'm not going to count out Iron True yet.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that he lost that Veramos Bella combo, because that worked so well for him in the last match, and if he would have been able to take Bernard and roll with that again, that could have put him in a much different position.
Absolutely. And Devil did the right thing. He went ahead and took those 2 units, saw that it worked well for Iron, and not only said, you know what, I can do the same thing, but said, I don't want you to do it either. So Definitely. With that, it looks as though Devil's Reaper is moving on to the second round. Tough opponent by Iron True, though. Hats off to you, sir. You did your very best. You played exceptionally exceptionally well.
Oh yeah, that was impressive. I'm very impressed with both of these guys right now.
Absolutely.
That's what it's all about.
Absolutely. That was an amazing match right there. I really loved how Devil came out the gate strong. Iron came back and said, "You're not gonna just knock me out. I'm gonna play hard." And then Devil said, "Okay, no problem. Let's go ahead and end this. I'm done playing around." But absolutely amazing matchup, man. I loved it. It was awesome. Congratulations to both. Without any further ado, we're trying to get this next match started for you guys. Next up, we have DatAnimee versus MiniLove15.
Okay.
Now, DatAnimee was in my previous tournament. MiniLove came to me randomly through YouTube, I believe, and said, "Hey, I'm ready. I'm there. Let's do it." So here we are. We are here. DatAnimee starts off with that Orion pick. Where do you see this going?
Where do I see this going? Well, based on just the first pick from each of them, I know that they're trying for first turn. So they're going to want to get some kind of combo off before the other one. And I'm pretty sure what that combo is going to be is kind of going to be dependent on what they pick. We see Rakan from DatAnimee right here, which is awesome because Rakan is someone who can be a little bit difficult to pull the first turn combo off. And then he goes ahead and takes Frigate. So he's got 2 attack bar boosters. So that puts the first turn... that might put the first turn in his court unless Minis can come in with another booster or maybe a speed leader here.
So I have a question for you then. Do you think it's more important now with the restrictions of only 2 Nat 5s to make sure you get that first move?
I think it really depends. In the situation that you have, will runes, or depending on how your monsters are runed, maybe with Nemesis or something like that, that could alter that a lot. Or with something like Chloe, sometimes Chloe is ruined to go first, but then the rest of your team will go right afterwards. So in the event of that, you would definitely want to have the first turn.
Okay.
But in this matchup, I would say it does look like first turn's going to play a big difference because, at least on the side of DatAnimee, you have a lot of monsters who can interrupt and throw things off if they go first.
And he's going real light, dark, heavy right here with 3 light, dark units. Interesting choosing right here. So the Nat 5s for MiniLove, Chow, and Okeanos, I like those picks. But with that potentially banning out that Bernard, it looks as though, I don't know these people's unit, speed, but it looks as though DatAnimee might get that first move. And do you think that could be enough for him to go ahead and take the victory?
If he can get that first move in before the Chloe, it really depends on how much damage he's able to put up. The only sustain on the side of Mini is going to be that Chloe, it looks like. So
yes, and it looks as though the only sustain on DatAnimee's side is that Iris.
Yeah, so both of them. So this is going to be a little bit quick because it's going to really be whoever can get the other units down.
Wow, so Okeanos gets the first move there.
Wow.
And is able to reset that Frigate.
Wow.
So there is no... Oh, I thought he reset. I guess
it was
so Frigate
resisted.
must have resisted then. Wow, what a lucky resist right there. Unless that has Frigate on a high resist. That is really lucky. Interesting choice there to go for that move with only one person being able to get hit.
Yeah.
I'm thinking maybe he was hoping that it would activate the Sword of the Supreme Skywolf with a 50% chance, but it did not bowl. And Iris is out of the match.
Oh, and then the proc too from Chow right on to Tosi, taking Tosi almost down too. Whoa.
Wow, so this went 2v2 really quick, but Okeanos is dangerously close, and Rakan is coming up. So can Chloe do enough? So Chloe does not allow to heal. That Chow is doing work.
This Chow is going.
Hold on. Everyone, is that Flaws $10,000 Chow right there? Did he lend it out to MiniLove?
Yeah, this Chow's going off.
That Chow might be Flaws 10,000 Chow right there.
I think did that Chow get kill every single unit? I think that Chow killed all 4.
Well, Okeanos took down the last one right there, but man, that Chow is no joke.
Man.
Now, could that mean that the next match that Dat decides to ban out that Chow instead?
Yeah, I think that's definitely something we could see here. I also think that he might base his picks, he could always base his picks around it, expecting it to get picked again and try to counter it. But that will depend on who goes first here.
That is
It
true.
looks
So
like.
on that side, you know that Okeanos is faster than your unit. So what can you
Mhm.
do here to try to combat that? Because you need to be able to stop him.
It's tough because you could always bring in a speed lead, but no, when that happens, they can just ban your booster.
Very true.
So
Very true.
yeah, there's not a whole lot you can really do. It looks like he still does go with the Orion and Frigate though.
But he brings out Julie, which is an interesting unit. I
Hmm.
think what he's doing is he's seeing all these fire units, and he's like, you know what? Julie can kind of be not. I'm not comparing her to Lucian,
Hmm.
but she can kind of be, that Lucian for water as
Hmm.
a water. What do you think about that Julie pick?
I definitely think it's interesting. It's not the worst pick to have your element be for a damage dealer against this team because right now you're only going up against the Bernard, who is obviously not the immediate threat. So she's not going to get any glancing hits on the people that he's really going to be trying to kill with them.
So DatAnimee went with Perna, but then switched out for Rakan.
Hmm.
Do you think that Perna should have seen the light of day, or do you think the Rakan is the right choice here?
I think in this particular matchup that it was a smarter choice to go back with Rakan because as an Okeanos user myself, I know you can just drop that spear, and if you get the reset, sorry, Perna.
That's true. That is
So,
very true. That is a good call right there. Great
hmm.
call.
Yeah, and
Great
I think
call.
I think that's probably what he must have been thinking of last minute too, seeing that Oki there.
So wow, interesting. It looks as though potentially that Lucian could be let through, and that I I've never been a fan
Ooh,
of letting Lucian through.
yeah, it's
So,
always a risk. It's always a risk.
but he decides to ban out that $10,000 Chow, which might be the right thing, especially seeing how much that Chow did. But with Mini Love potentially getting this first move, and not even potentially, he's getting the first move. You saw
Hmm.
that already.
It's
So
gonna
this
come down
Lucian
to
could make it a quick work right there.
Yeah, it's gonna come down to if Okeanos can get these stuns right here. But oh no, that's right, he's got the Bernard too. So
And I believe he took Bernard as the leader because he wants to give Lucian more
oh
power.
yeah,
So this could be over right here.
ooh yeah, this is gonna be
Unless
rough.
Orion can go crazy and he cannot,
Mm,
maybe Iris. Okay,
mhm,
you have a chance here, but no, it looks as though because that Julie is stunned,
mhm. Once the solution goes, man, it's
everyone's holding their breath right now for Lucian
yeah,
right
yeah, no
now.
kidding.
And here comes Amp, and this could be all she wrote, ladies and
Ooh,
gentlemen.
wow,
That is brutal right
that's
there.
a rough amp to the face.
That is
Wow.
brutal. So it looks as though Mini Love could be making a second round appearance. Unless this Iris is absolutely crazy right now.
Mhm.
And with that defense break, that is all she wrote, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep, yep.
Mini Love will be moving on to the next round. What do you think right there about what we just saw with that battle?
I think that anime in that second match was in a really tough position as far as that ban went, and you could see he was going back and forth, because the Okeanos is so fast. He can get those stuns in early, he can get the spear in early, but I think that was a really smart pick on the side of Mini Love to roll with Lucian at the end because you already got two monsters in there. You got the two Nat 5s that are going to be tough to ban. So what better to bring in than Lucian to mix it up even more? So I think that was I think that on the side of Mini Love, that was some really smart gameplay, not only in the match but in the pick and ban phase as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I think right now we just had 3 matches right there. Or no, what? Yes, 3 matches right there. I think we're gonna take a quick break, just so that we can get hopefully we can get the next set of matches going. I gotta talk with everyone, make sure everyone's here to get going. But yeah, we will be right back here shortly.
Cool.
Thank you for joining this RTA tournament. This is an amazing thing going on, and we'll see you guys back here in a second. so we are back, ladies and gentlemen. We are back. So it looks as though the matches that we had so far we're done for this first part of the matchups. Everyone else that is here in the lobby does not have their opponent here in the lobby. So we don't want to start confusing people on who's fighting who and where they are in the bracket. So what we're gonna do is we have another slate of matches. At 7:00 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So that is in about 5 hours from now. So we are going to continue the matches at that point. I will send everyone who was in the tournament the next invite to get into the lobby, and we will see where we go from there. But Warlock, how did you like this first set of matches, these first 3 battles?
Oh man, I think I saw a lot of exactly what I wanted to see. I saw people going into it with one mindset, and then later on, they had to alter it, which you typically would do in RTA. But most of us, when we play RTA, we don't go up against the same person for more than one game. We queue up in a random match, we play someone, then we play someone else. So it's cool to see. It's cool to see how people you see their minds working, and you see what they're trying to do by whether it be taking their monsters or picking a new monster we haven't seen yet that they can counter it. It's just neat to see, and I really liked. I was proud of everyone. It was really awesome, especially that Iron True and Devil's Reaper right there that was intense.
Yeah, that was a very good matchup. So absolutely, I was very happy with these first 3 battles and went very smoothly. Thank you to all the contestants. Thank you to everyone watching. Special shout out to everyone that is here watching this tournament. I hope you guys come back and join us in about 5 hours from now. Thank you for Island Grown for hosting. I saw that. Thank you to Atomic for the bits. Thank you to anyone that followed. Go ahead and hit up also right over there, TheWarlocke SW. He is also a streamer. He's streaming Summoner's War, and he's also streaming a new game, right? I'm not sure what it's called. Vainglory?
Vainglory, yeah, I just started this morning,
Absolutely. So awesome streamer right there as well. And then also we have another streamer in our group, DatAnimee1. If you can go ahead and go follow him as well. He's a Summoner's War streamer as well, and also YouTube. Up above me is my Twitch handle, and also I'm on YouTube as well with videos. All of these matches will be going on YouTube and Twitch as well once they're all edited and everything like that. But yeah, I hope you guys join back in about 5 hours for the next slate of games. Thank you to everyone. Congratulations to the winners that moved on. Thank you to everyone who fought. We really appreciate it, and we will see you guys later on. Peace.